Welcome back. Rusty Deals coming here from Minnesota is Rust. You saw the picture there, 1970 Ford Mustang, 2,500 buckaroos. This is a coupe. Looks pretty rough, looks to be in pieces, definitely a project. So is 2,500 a good deal on this guy? I guess we'll find out. Project or donor, have many new parts, recent rebuild 302, transmission and carburetors. I guess we get some carburetors. Notice doesn't say anything about a title or bill of sale or anything like that. Get into some pictures here. Yeah, definitely a something to start with. No front clip. You got a front bumper though. I see no engine, no transmission. A couple of gallons of diesel fuel if you need that. With a tarp on the ground there, looks like it had been just covered by a tarp or uncovered. Interior, you can see a little bit inside there. It's got some funky aftermarket wheels from something on there. I don't know. 1970 Mustangs rust away pretty bad up here in Minnesota. Looking a little bit closer at the back. You can kind of peek in there and see fresh front floors. I see some kind of exhaust in the back. Looks like some kind of primer on the rear panel. Around where the tail lights go, the tail panel there. Doors had some work done on it there. At least the recorders are in place. How straight or clean they are would be need some further inspection there. Remember, 2,500, is that a good price or a rusty price? Have to take some couple extra looks at it to be sure. As a unibody, your recorders are part of the structure. It looks like the front windshield is in place there. Rear windshield is in place there. I'm not a huge fan of a 70 coupe. Give me a 67, 68. Those coupes I dig. 69 and 70, not so much. There was a video included here, so you get a chance to see. There is a Ford. It's either 8 or 9 back there. You can see brake lines, wires kind of hanging, cross member dangling down there. Get up to the steering, up to the firewall. See some surface rust there. There you go. There's your new pan just sitting on top. Oh, self-tapper incoming. Rear torque boxes I'd like to see though. That's where you get into trouble. No, it wasn't kidding about carburetors. There we've got some carburetors going on for you. A couple of Edelbrocks sitting on top of a motor there. I don't know. It says recently rebuilt engine. There's a transmission. Is that a FMX? Is that a C4? I don't know. In 70, this could have had a 302 stock. If it did, then it would have had just the 8-inch rear end, which is plenty stout for any small block, as long as you're not too wild with it. There's your trim sitting there around trim pieces. Looks like some interior trim. Also, some of the chrome running inside there. Maybe that's a carpet laying in there too. Hard to tell. Another picture here. There's our trunk lid. There's our front fenders. And they look maybe more surface rusty than rusty. Looks like some interior pieces there too. So it looks like everything is there. Of course, with a project, someone blew it all apart and you got to try to put it back together. I see doors. I see there's the hood and whatnot. One thing somebody pointed out to me a long time ago is when you're looking at a car does this person really need to sell it or not? And I just want to point out a couple of things quick. So looking at like where these parts are stored, it's a horse barn or an old horse barn or something like that. So that's a little bit of money there, right? Looking at the other cars in the picture, that's a newer GMC Yukon and a newer, I don't know, Chevy something. Look, in this picture, you see a Bobcat and a John Deere tractor. And just looking overall, the house looks nice. It looks like they got some acreage in the country. So this person probably doesn't need to sell this. So if you're hoping to take that 2,500 and turn it into 1,750 or 1,500, you're probably not going to go there. Realistically, if you've got some kind of a title for this and you got a bunch of parts you get to put back together like Legos, 2,500 isn't bad. I mean, if the engine can run, I mean, a small block Ford is worth money. An older high compression one is worth money. You got a lot of directions you can go with this. Like I said, give me a 67 or 68 coupe. I think they look sharp. 69 and 70, not quite the look I'm in for. We do have a 69 fastback on the channel. Needs a little work, and an engine, and a transmission, and floors. So we've already got a project car on the channel here. So I'm going to pass on this one. Thank you much. Rusty Deals, Minnesota is Russ.